yourself event
Yes,
showcase at the dope spot downtown. Shout out Orange
lit.
for that at Chronic
Yes,
Guru.
man. Yes, man.
And that was super dope having you there and sharing your testimony and everything like that. So tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you from, how'd you get started in, doing music and all that.
Okay, so I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Cochrane 8 Projects, Cochrane 8 Gardens, Cochrane Garden Projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up, a little background, I grew up in the streets. I grew up gangbanging, rolling 90s Crips. My start with music, I would say, started there. My oldest brother, he had a reputation in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to be cool like him one day, you know what I'm saying? And, he loved rapping. My other brother who recently just passed earlier this year.
Rest in power.
Long live, peace to Lo.
No, that's a lot.
And he passed, but he was the one who really taught me how to rap. I remember, being in project hallways with him, beating on the walls, making beats and, him tongue twisting. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to spit like that. You know what I'm saying? And, I would try to rap, and rap and, whatever rap wasn't nice, he would shun it, man. Nah, get that out of here. That's how you do it.
He told you straight like that,
man, me and my brothers, we were rough, growing up. So,
that's how they say the brothers are.
Yeah, we were rough growing up.
Brothers.
So, yeah, we were rough growing up. So, we not afraid to speak our mind, especially with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, he like, let me show you how to do it. And I took it like, I got to get better, So that encouraged me. And then around that time, Tupac was really hot. This was like early 90s. Tupac was on fire at that time. And Tupac has so much of a revolutionary spirit. Facts. And my passion has always been for my people. You know what I'm saying? Being a black man. And that really pushed me because I wanted at that. Okay, when I saw my brothers, I wanted to be cool. But when I heard Pac, I wanted to be powerful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was a different. It was a difference. It was like when you hear Pac, my brother, peace to long live, bro. He listened to a lot of Twista. A lot of, Tech Nine, a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony, which was always good. Like Bone Thugs, I love Bone, you know what I'm saying? Because they have that same conviction that Pac has, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard Pac and just hearing his revolutionary song making and spirit and conviction, knowing that, as a young man, I was probably 7, 8, but just knowing it as a young man, knowing that, I want to be a powerful black man one day. At that point, I decided.
And you are, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that.
We affirm that every day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And you're a powerful black sister as well. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm powerful, but I'm Armenian French Italian.
Okay, yeah. I had to get that right. I had to get that. You're a powerful sister.
Yeah,
you're still a powerful sister.
Still a powerful sister. Thank you, though.
So, I had to, I saw you. I saw the look. I'm like, oh look, wait. All right,
no, it's okay, man.
No, but seeing that made me want to utilize the music, not to try to be cool,
right?
But a message,
I hear that. I respect that. I'm like that too.
I want my music to mean a message. I want it to mean something.
I noticed that before you performed, at the event, you were really going in. You were really sharing your story, and I call it a testimony because I feel like
I use the opportunity.
You use opportunity. So for you, you came from such a long journey, because you say you used to be in the streets, gangbang and stuff like that. What's your goal when it comes to your music as far as, with where you've come in your story? What's your goal? Do you want to, help young kids maybe avoid that lifestyle? Or what, what is your goal?
That's my goal is emerged into one word. You know what I'm saying? And that's inspiration.
Uh-huh.
I don't like Pac used to say, I don't want to be a role model because I'm not a good example as a role, for a role model, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be responsible to be anyone's role model.
Yeah.
But what I do want to do.
That is a big response. I'm glad you said that because sorry to cut you off for quick.
Some
of the artists, it's interesting because there's been like big shows where they like interview like a lot of the females and stuff. They're talking about like booty and all that, you know, and this and that. They're like, oh, aren't you worried that like the young girls are listening to you? And some of the artists say like, well, I'm not making music to be a role model. Like they just happen to gravitate towards it. But at the same time, I do feel like, because I'm a teacher, so I analyze all sides.
We have a responsibility.
I feel like it is a still responsibility because you know, there are young girls and, you know, gonna be listening to your music, whether you say it's explicit or not. So it is interesting because we shouldn't have to be held accountable, like, to be those role models, but we still are gonna end up being those.
But in a position that we're utilizing our gifts and our talents, and people do draw to that gift or that story or that message, we do have to take accountability. And I don't mean to be, bring Pac up so many times.
Bring him up. I love Tupac. The Rose That Grew from Concrete is the book I have in my classroom.
Man. He said something. He said, man, one interview he had, he said, man, hold these rappers and hold these cats accountable. You know what I'm saying? Don't just let them tell you any BS. You know what I'm saying? Hold, like, really. And he just, like he said, he told the artist, like, hold him accountable too with his music. Like, really. There is a level of responsibility we have as artists. You know what I'm saying? We have a responsibility. We know that we look to be cool and followed and liked by people. So there's a responsibility to come with that. What message are we relaying to the people?
I agree 100%. Like, I know when I do my poetry, I'm like, look, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to bring awareness.
Exactly.
And you have to know your why.
Exactly.
And that leads to my next question. I was going to ask you, what is King General's why? What's your why?
Oh, man. My why, it's part of my testimony that I gave at the event. I definitely am about, my Lord and Savior, my master, Yeshua HaMashiach. He is my why.
Yeah,
he is my why. I don't know no other way to put
praises to that.
Yeah, hallelujah. He is my why. You know what I'm saying? He's my inspiration. I don't have really like a support system in my life, in my personal life.
I hear that.
My support system comes from those who support. Comes from those who actually support the ministry, encourage me every day when I'm out, in the highways and byways. Like, so for me, and the word first and foremost, which I meant to say that was my whole point.
Yeah.
The word and the scriptures and following the word is my whole inspiration. Real deal. It's my whole inspiration.
Facts.
So, like, even when I'm motivated to grind, I'm in my Proverbs, I'm in Ecclesiastes,
Psalms,
you know what I'm saying? I'm really like, I'm studying what the word says about working and being diligent. And, like even when it comes to work, I'm within my scriptures, So, when it comes to it, it's one of those things to where he is my why.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Yeah, I agree 100%. I love God. Praise God. Shout out God for doing things that we don't even know, saving us and protecting us from things that we don't even know.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we are going to listen to some of your songs today. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite, part of the process making music? Like, is it, selecting a beat or getting in the studio, recording, actually writing it, like
the writing part? See, it's kind of all of it. The writing part probably more so, but then when you look at, like, I think my impactful moments would be when I have the mic in my hand and I'm on stage, or when I'm in the studio and I get to feel the first feel of recording the music, and hearing it back, and and then those moments where I'm writing and, like, I'm constantly always going over my music so I can perfect. Because when I get to the studio, like, I want to be ready. I want to have I know what ad libs I'm hitting, intro, outro, hook, everything. So I think it's just the whole process of the song making for me.
I think that's true for a lot of artists as well, and so this first track that you selected, tell us a little bit about the backstory behind it. Like, why did you choose it and what are we going to hear? And
the first track I selected is I'm Ready. It's from my album Yahushua Lion of Judah, and it's a song inspiring. As I say, my motivation is to inspire. So to inspire my people to stop the violence, exactly what my book, King General Man Behind the Brand, is about. I wanted my brand to represent stopping the violence because I grew up so violent. You know what I'm saying? I grew up being violent, and just knowing violence. Violence was the way to solve everything. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem, you know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So with gang violence being black on black violence, and me changing my life to convert to Christ, but still having a struggle with the, man, if you try me, it's up. You know what I'm saying? That attitude, like, still have to struggle with that being a part of my aura or my demeanor or my attitude if I allow myself to go back. Right. You know, I wanted to inspire others like me to change and push toward that change for self first. Yeah. You know, so this, even though I'm inspiring others to the change, it's also a reminder to, and as I said at the event, it's also, this song is also a reminder of me having to be ready, you know, to stop the violence, you know.
Well, yeah, let's get into it then. Love that, you know, background, that intro. If you want to go ahead and introduce it.
This is my single "I'm Ready" by artist King General. King is in royalty, General as in soldier. From my upcoming album, well, my released album in stores, online, everywhere. Yahushua, Lion of Judah.
All right, let's get it. Let's go. Free Yourself Radio, Indie Jams. You're hearing official King General right now.
400 years, lost many peers, many pioneers, many patriots marching for rights, many sacrifice for the life we never fight for, unless we fighting white folk. We can't get right with each other, what we need rights for. Racism and religion, all it did was divide folk. Not knowing the history of blacks, all in your Bibles. I ain't know that religious talk don't surprise folk, but who you praying to when they pulling out their rifles? I ain't know that don't justify the white folk, but I wasn't talking about the white folk. Cause black on black crime still a crime. You call it gangster, I call it a black man dying. Now holler like you're ready if you're tired. Put your fist in the air and holler, it's about time. I say holler like you're ready if you're tired. I got my fist in the air, hollering, it's about time. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, yes I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Now put your fist in the air if you ready, if you ready, if you ready. I got my fist in the air cause I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, yes I'm ready. Started with a dream, the many receive with faith to believe. Love is what we need, see I'm trying to fulfill that dream. Motivated to sing, yet they don't wanna hear a thing. If I'm preaching to the choir, then come on choir and help me sing. Negro, dark skin, Hebrew, Abraham brought to America on ships. Now they say we African, man. Yisrael Emmanuel, Yahuwah Elohai, Yahushua Mashiach. Singing old Negro spirituals like Kumbaya, Soraya, Adonai, Elohim. The only one can set us free. Displayed his love when he sent his son to die. Yah is coming soon, ain't no need to wonder why. Now holler like you're ready if you're tired. Put your fist in the air and holler, it's about time. I say holler like you're ready if you're tired. I got my fist in the air, hollering, it's about time. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, yes I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Now put your fist in the air if you ready, if you ready, if you ready. I got my fist in the air cause I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, yes I'm ready.
So we're gonna come back on. All right, Free Yourself Radio, Indie Jams. We are back with King General. We're about to get into some more questions with the King right here. He has a book, and you know it's really dope. Not only when you come out with music, but when you also have a publication. I feel like it puts you in another bracket.
Yes, ma'am.
That's something that I've been wanting to do for years and years. You know, been trying to do my thing with it. So. While you go ahead and do that, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, to kind of see where your mind was with this. So tell us a little bit about about your book.
King General, Man Behind the Brand. Just as, the song I'm Ready, it's a track that, it's a book, a testimony of my life. Originally, I wrote the book because I wanted this to be a testimony, but also a reminder for me to continue to stop the violence. But King Gentleman Behind the Brand, the title, I titled it the way I titled it because many people know me as a rapper or a radio host or an author, or, an evangelist, or many may call me a prophet or whatever the case may be, whatever they might call me. But they don't really know me, the person. And many people, if I tell them, I grew up gang banging, rolling with 90s, they gonna look at me like, really? I would never.
They believe you or no?
Well, it doesn't matter whether they believe me or not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one of them things.
He's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I came.
It's just one of the things to where when you do change your life over and you become more humble, people, tend to have you have a perception of the gangster. But then you have
right. It's a stigma.
Yeah, the stigma. Or you have the perception of the pastor, or the preacher. Or you know what I'm saying? So
and then you deal with a lot of people that deal with church hurt.
Yeah.
And people that, they feel like they don't, and it's sad because that's a whole nother topic. Yeah. But, people that unfortunately already judge or have a misconception of you because of their experience.
Yes, ma'am.
With certain churches or certain congregations. And I always found that to be sad because I feel like God is so amazing and, he really is. And unfortunately, human beings, they do wild things and they misrepresent or have a false testimony for God. And then people just kind of base their experience with God based off of these people.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's like, no, have real one-on-one relationship with him and experiences instead of just basing it off of someone you experienced or a preacher or someone that did something, things like that. So that's a whole nother story. But so you were telling me a little bit off air earlier that it took you about how long again to write this book?
About 2 months it's 2 books in one.
Okay.
You have the King Gentleman Behind the Brand, which is my life testimony about, my former lifestyle, the loss of my brothers, Long live Brandon, Travis, and Cornelius Hamilton, Silly, Savage, and Peace to Loc. I wrote the book also in dedication to them, to write about where a lot of because my anger ended up landing me in jail. I literally wrote the books from being incarcerated.
Dang.
I was incarcerated when I wrote the books.
They say when you locked up, that's kind of the best time to reflect and read and write. So
and the first portion of the first part of the book, King Gentleman Behind the Brand, I'm taking the readers through the 3 week, close to about a month I was incarcerated at that time. And I'm taking them through that incarceration, as I'm writing my story, I'm writing about events taking place. Like literally I was having fights while writing the book.
That's crazy. So I
was having, fights in the county jail while writing the book because of me being former Crip and many people aware of that in the jail.
Yeah, there's a lot of cliques and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of mainly Bloods, so I spent my days, a lot of days like I wrote about in the book. It wasn't on me. It was just when you're the guy that's used to having the Bible in your hand, you know what I'm saying? People tend to try you.
Yep, they want to see how far they can go.
They feel like in jail. One thing I noticed about jail is like they like to prey on the weak.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's all about status and this and that.
So, because of that and because I'm, I've been in the penal system, was going through the penal system for over 17 years at the time. And that was really all I knew. Yeah. It was one of them things to where I had to get in that square. And you know what I'm saying? Square up and do what I had to do. I had to, because that's part of it. It comes with, when you locked up and you're in jail and, it's just part of it. So I'm literally taking the readers through those experiences. And, the second part of it, which is the second book, is entitled The Law, Theology, and Homeostasis of the Master Nucleus, the Mastermind of the Universe. It's a mental health testimony. Because I also just aspire to be a mental health advocate.
Okay.
Because I've suffered from, certain, certain mental illnesses, or mental infirmity.
Yeah, I think that mental health is really important, and I think that hopefully by reading your book, they'll be able to shed a lot of light on those.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I see you wearing your sports brand on your shirt. Tell us a little bit about this brand and things like that.
Spartan Lee. So Spartan Lee is a sports brand. Many people may know my story about, you know, me and my son. I was estranged from my son when he was taken from me by his mom when he was 2 months. Wow. He's about to be 12 now.
Dang.
My daughter, she's 18 now. We knew about each other, been knowing about each other since she was 13. So I've been estranged from my children most of their life. So Spartan Lee Alpha ZD, my daughter, you know, was playing basketball in high school. She graduated from the 11th grade, but she was playing basketball in high school, and she wanted to run track. So me wanting to show her and, you know, my son that, hey, I want to build something for y'all. I'm working for y'all, and I'm supporting everything you want to do in life. You know, I created a sports brand and named it Spartan Lee, which the name of the family brand is Lavelle Lee. The name of the entire family brand, Lavelle, my son's middle name, Lee, my daughter's middle name. So the Spartan Lee brand, you get the Lee from her brand, and she was a Hazelwood Spartan in St. Louis. So
that's fire.
That,
definitely inspired by the kids and all that. You know, my daughter. You know, yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah, shout out to all the dads doing their thing as well, holding it down.
That's what the brand represents, though. It represents fathers actually. No matter what, because many of us as black men, we suffer, you know, women using our children against us and taking, and it's sad to say, but it's what many of us suffer in the community.
That's a whole nother interview, right?
Yeah. So, you know, understanding that and wanting to display love and keep love in the family, especially for fathers, you know, because a lot of children are taught to hate their fathers, you know, and this, that, and the third. But to keep love in the family,
that's so.
You know, I created the Love LE brand for that.
Okay.
So Spartan Lee Alpha ZD is the clothing line, clothing brand.
Make sure y'all support and you sell that as well and everything like that.
King, that's on the website, KingGeneralShow.com.
Check out the website. I know you got events coming up too, and I know you had told me earlier about some beef going on. You say you have some beef back and forth with Lil Wayne and other rappers since 2008.
Unbelievable to many people. It may
I was like, wait, what? How you have beef? How you have beef for Lil Wayne?
I mean, you know, I wouldn't even call it beef because, you know, I categorize beef as different.
So what is it?
It's a back and forth. It's one of the things. Okay,
so you know Wayne?
I don't know him personally.
Okay.
But you know, Wayne knows of me. I have a song. So all right, I'm gonna give you the backstory. I haven't really opened up to too many people about it, but I had a song back in about 2007 that was entitled "Salute Me." You know, if you think back to people saluting one another in the hip hop industry and saluting, if you go back when people are saluting each other, that's why I salute all the time, because I've been doing it for the longest. When people are saluting each other in the game, it started from around 2007, 2008, in that time where cats really started doing it in the game. Rappers really started doing it in the game. And that's because at the time I was in New York and I was promoting my first album, 101 My Time. And my song, Salute Me, I used the Lil Wayne soundbite. You know, when he said Murder 101, the hottest under the sun. You know what I'm saying? I used the 101 part because my name was Young 101. You know, and part of the bridge on Salute Me is salute me when you see me, better yet, bow down. You know, Lil Wayne obviously heard the track, felt some way about it, got with Fabulous, made a song called Salute Me, and reversed my song Salute Me as a diss record to diss me as if I'm not a general and him and Fabulous are. And I know I'm name dropping, but you know, if you go back and you actually, you know, do your research on that, you would see.
Dang, but time. We love Fabulous.
I'm not, and it's no hate for none of them. It's respect for both. It's it's respect all day. It's respect for them and their artistry, but it's still the fact that the disrespect was there, and you know that's why I say it's a back and forth, because it's not nothing on my part. I've never really disrespected Wayne, or any rappers really.
Well, hopefully there'll be an end to
General. You know what I'm saying, King General.
Hopefully there'll be an end to the beef.
And, you know, it's not even really a beef. I don't even see it as a beef.
Man, we focusing on the love. We focusing on the book, all that. King General, the man behind the brand. And before we get into this last song of yours, there is an event that you have coming up at Nightshade.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a network mixer for black businesses, right? Tell us real quickly about that, and then we can go ahead and introduce that other song and get into it.
So the event that I have, the Unity Month event that I have, is BBDCF Unity Month Networking Mixer and Music Showcase, featuring Free Yourself open mic. Definitely.
Well, we're going to be bringing some artists, yeah. So if you want to perform over there, let us know.
We'll be doing that. It's a networking mixer for, Black businesses to come together, to network together, and celebrate unity. Our mixes for BBDCF is all about celebration, celebrating us as minority business owners, celebrating us as predominantly Black-owned business, but open to all, but BBDCF definitely is one of those networking platforms where we have to celebrate ourselves.
Dope. So check it out. Check out the event. Come through if you want to perform. Let us know. And let's go ahead if you want to shout anybody out, and then introduce this last track.
And I want to shout out to the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Yes, sir.
And say just, trapped in pressure, long live silent pressure, silly and peace to forever. Long live my bros.
Word. So we're going to get into this next track. You want to introduce it real quick?
This next track is called Higher You Get, and it's from my EP, What I Believe. And you may find a little lines targeting your favorite rapper.
Uh-oh. All right, so Free Yourself Radio, Indie Jams, King General. It's been a pleasure having you this morning. Make sure you follow him, follow his clothing brand, follow his mission and his events. And we're about to get into this last track, and then it's a wrap. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's go.
Everybody want to sit on the throne, man. Be close to Yah. Let's go. The higher you get, the closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. So let's go and get high. Pushing these tapes just so I can get back. Bidding my brand just so I can get back. Haters gon' hate, but ain't no way I won't shine. I'm dead in their minds, they talking that line. I tried, but goals gon' let go of their pride. This hour is mine, I'm calling my time. Look at that clock, boy, chucking that watch, boy. Ain't no way I won't leave, got a heart full of greed. More on it for seas, though straight from the streets, bro, hitting the streets. So you can say all that you want about me, but in heaven and back. You understand that? I'm here on the mission, your mind is intact. Back on the track, had to get radio playing the book to display. Been grinding all day, hey. Guess I'm feeling myself like I done been laying. I'm feeling myself, yeah. I done heard what you said, boy, right for life. Just know I ain't dead, boy. Yahoo the fans, boy, with a hoodie on, but no GOM. Even though still up for GOM. This money ain't mine, been falling from skies, boy. No competition, I feel better than ever, like I done did it. But I ain't even started, so I can finish. Diligent partisan, still a general. King in front of that, get it and run it back. We can do this all day, I continue to pray. Prepare for the day, I've been ready for days. I noticed the way I'm gonna stay high. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. So let's go and get high. Look at how I shine, boy, and I don't even try. Got a lot of enemies, boy, but I don't even hide. They don't even try cause they know I'm gon' ride. Just me, a few hitters, and a whole lot of spitters. Realer than your whole squad. Me alone, I'm my own squad. Man up, I got my own squad. 10 hunt, that's your job. I'm the last one left. The king, who else? Can't nobody boost up, esteem myself. And if you gon' loot, then do it for wealth. It's deep in my roots, like my roots from self. Then traveled to cities and made a few pennies, but now I want everything. I can't just sit back and let these little whack rappers get by with everything. I'm taming my brain so my thoughts just go wild. Probably new to you, but it ain't to me. Been this way a few years now, to dried up all my tears now. I heard what you said, boy. Just know I ain't dead, boy. I'm still breathing. Life's a trip, but I don't even trip, boy. Cause I'm the trip, boy. Lean in your cup, gon' sip, boy. I pray you don't choke on your spit, boy. For the saliva you spit in your head. The reason I'ma make you choke on your spit, boy. About to make this a hit, boy. But only to hit me a lick, boy. Lay hands on the sick, ain't never been sick. Right now, I'm so sick, boy. The higher you get, the closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are to Yah. The closer you are. Can't sit on that throne, homie. Belong to Yah, the one and only Elohim.